What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt O'Ville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Lennox Lewis. Big up England, big up. Lennox Lewis now has this updated information for us all. He said now, I think, Joseph Parker has the best chance right now. He should be the next fight. He says, I think Parker has the best chance to do it now. I think they've been freezing Joseph Parker out. Lewis said, Joseph Parker needs that next fight, so get him in there. Those are the words of Lennox Lewis, and let me counterpunch. I do agree with the Lion. I agree with him. I mean, probably not the reasons that he would make, but I agree with him. I do think they've been fucking with Parker. They've been freezing Parker out. They have been putting Parker on the back burner for a lot of other people, and it's not right. Him and Caballo. They're both signed with Queensberry, and both of them, I feel, they're getting the shitty end of the stick. You know, it's all about who's the most popular. It's all about who feels the most seats. That's what they care about. They're not caring about order and progress and, you know, and rankings and ratings and standards and all that and formation and no. They're not worried about that. They're worried about who feels the seats, you know. Now, does he have the best chance? I don't think it matters if he has the best chance or not. You know, because, I mean, Lennox was the same person that said it's Daniel's time now. So I just think he's looking for someone else. But at this point, he can't have vested interest for Joseph because Joseph is not British. He's Australian, right? So, you know, I guess, right? But anyway, you know, I think that he's looking for someone to beat Usyk because he's had it wrong a few times. So there you go. And I think Lennox Lewis, of course, you know, he needs someone to stop that streak because Lennox Lewis was once where Oleksandr Usyk is about to be, even though, because a lot of people say, oh, he's the two-time undisputed heavyweight champion. So was Lennox Lewis. Sorry to bust your bubble, but Lennox Lewis was 2 times. He had the undisputed heavyweight titles twice. He's a 2-time undisputed heavyweight champion, you know. But like I said, where Usyk is about to be is because Usyk now has to defend all the belts like Lennox Lewis did, minus the belt that he's obtained, and I think that was the WBO. I think that was the one that he didn't have, or the WBA, one of them, right? So Usyk gets to defend all the belts now. So it is Joseph's time. It is the rightful time for him. He has been waiting, and he's been waiting for a long time, and he's done everything that has been asked of him according to his sanctioning body. So it's up to his sanctioning body to take care of him by enforcing Oleksandr Usyk to fight him next. Nobody else, not Joshua, not the third Fury fight, none of that shite. Bars. I do think, if anything, Joseph Parker with his footwork, you know, I think for a while in spots, he can show how good he is. And on top of that, he's bigger. So that makes him more dangerous, I feel, but probably at the expense of losing stamina because of the weight gain. So that may be an issue. Just right off the top of my head, thinking about those two getting it on, I think Joseph Parker, you know, getting bigger, you know what I mean? I just don't want him to go down that same route as David Tua, because David Tua was this cut up, built, ball-headed, you know what I mean, a Samoan version of Mike Tyson. The way he was built, he was solid, he wasn't fat, he was stocky, you know, he was compact, and he had a left hook that'll take your lights out. However, when he got older, as he got more comfortable, he started gaining weight. And that weight had a lot to do with his stamina, and I hope that doesn't happen with Joseph Parker. That's my only fear with Joseph, that you go home and eat that Spam, and you go home and eat that mayonnaise with those noodles. You know, that macaroni with that mayonnaise and that Kellogg's and that Finny Denny and all of these good island things, that adobo and all these things that you eat when you go back home and you got all this family and you're having these fiestas and you're taking it all in. Remember, please, proportion yourself, because you could easily get big. Okay, it's in the DNA, unfortunately, for most. Okay, but you guys tell me what you think of Lennox Lewis, stating that now it's Joseph Parker's time. He's the only one or has the best chance of beating Oleksandr Usyk. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys can counterpunch.